Welcome to a brief overview of the classroom version of WeVideo. And if you go up here to pricing, you can kind of take a look at its features. A lot of you are familiar with the free versions. The education version, they also have the personal $39 a year, which is a pretty good deal for 5 hours a year. It's $250 or $249 for a year, or $149 for 6 months. And each user gets 50 gigs of space, and you can have 50 simultaneous users, and you can customize that. You can get more if you need it. Now, that's simultaneous users, so you can deactivate and reactivate accounts. And if you deactivate somebody's account, the student doesn't lose anything they've already made. They still have it. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Setting up the students with their accounts is really easy. You can either give them a code, or you can post a special invite link on Google Classroom of some sort. And then they just click on it, and they just click log in with Google, and I manage everything else. And once you're logged in, you go to your most recent projects that you've been working on or have been worked on. Where I'm going to start is admin. And so you can have groups of students. Here are your members. I've left a few members in here. You can assign roles. So I have a student who has admin access, so they can share things with other students, upload files from a camera and have it go to their account, or assign it to their account. I'm listed as the owner. Easy to deactivate account or add members. To add members, you can give them an invite code or a registration link, or you can upload a CSV file. So here's where you start. Here's the home place, and we'll start with media. And the neat thing about the classroom version, with the home version, you have my media, and then you have access to this media. I can upload something and have it be automatically shared with everything. And I can make folders of it. So when students go to edit something, they have access to all of these pieces of raw video footage. And to upload something is really quite easy. Simply click the plus sign, or you can click upload up here. You can also make folders of things, which helps manage stuff. So you just click upload, select, plug your camera in, or whatever you have. The cameras should show up on your left. It's usually something like private, and then the movies and stream. And you can just kind of sort through. And I usually have a student do this, but if a student's, maybe they video recorded something from our school play, they could select multiple videos at once, click open, and they're uploading. So these files have finished uploading and processing, and by indicating by their green, and they are, so I could just close this out now, or upload more files, and they are shared with everybody. So what that means is when the student goes to edit something, and I'm going to go re-edit a project here. So when they're editing, they have the media that they've uploaded themselves, which the students can do. They can upload their own media. But typically the students are working in groups, and when they do a project, they all have to edit their own version of the project. So they may film it together and have one piece of digital video footage, but they all edit together. So rather than have each kid upload individually, oftentimes what we do is we put it in a shared folder or a project folder. So they have their own media, they have shared, and all those folders you saw in the shared were there, and then all the folders, all that video footage is here as well. So that video footage that I uploaded is here, those images of those video footage pieces of the play, and I could just drag it down to the timeline. They also have folders of shared video footage that's available. And then in addition, there's project media as well. So if there's a certain project going on, and like a group of 10 students are working on it, you can focus it down and just share it with those 10 students, or have a specific project in mind that the students are working on. More on that later. Well, actually, let's talk a little bit about the projects, because that's what makes the educator's version so special. So I'm going to go across the top. We've talked about media, my media versus shared with everybody. We also have our projects, and I've archived some of these projects. So because we're at the end of the year, so I have tons and tons of projects. So we do a weekly show called The Lion's Roar. So each one is a project. So I assign, or students assign footage to the project. And if you click on the project, this is our June 1st Lion's Roar project. And this is all the project media that was assigned to it, all the different stories. We did a story about band, and we just put everything to it. This is the actual final video. We made one video of it, and here are the edits of it, and it was created by a student, and here are the members. These are the people. It was shared with everyone who is in the class, but only 3 people actually made edits to it. So I had my 2 editors, and then I kind of checked it as a editor and kind of made a couple little tweaks, just checked a few things. So that's kind of how that's set up. And creating a project is really simple. So you just click Create New Project, give it a title, decide how you want to have it collaborate. You could have students collaborating on it, or you could just have each student will have shared resources, but they won't be able to see each other's work. When we do our Lions Roar, we're usually collaborating. So if I do a project, everyone's going to edit their own piece of work. I do shared, and everyone edits their own, but all the resources that we put into it are shared, so they can all see them, see the video footage. So for example, they did documentaries, so they all filmed themselves doing the documentaries, and then students just put them in there, and then they looked for their own footage and put it in their video. So the collaborative is the way we usually go with our Lion's Roar show. And then we could say all members, or a group of members, or invite them. And I usually just keep it simple and do all members. I've removed most of the kids from the class. And then you simply add your media that you want in that project. You can add more later. You can scroll through your media here, and you're done. And then you click Finish, and you have your project here. I called it Practice. So now when you go to Media, and you've uploaded something, I could go through media that I own or that is shared with everyone, and I can assign it to that project. So I can right-click it and share it to a project. And what I call it? I have my projects. I called it Practice, and click Share. So the file management is just really super easy. I know it looks a little bit complicated, but having the projects and the collaborative projects, if you've ever collaborated with video, you know it can be really complicated. But then students go to projects, and I created the project, so it's my project, and they would click Shared with Me, projects that are shared with them, and they'd start editing. So that one was called Practice, and this is Collaborative, and you just click Start. Down here I can add more people, I can make my edit, I can invite people with a link to work on this collaborative project. So I'm going to click Start. And all those resources in the project media are in here. They also still have access to all the shared stuff, and they can upload their own media as well. Their own media, the shared, and the specific project media that maybe 6 kids are working on together, and then they can start dragging these down and doing lots of other cool tips and tricks that I'm going to show you in the next video tutorial. But this is just an overview of the kind of file management access that this gives you.